What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. Welcome. I see we have people already coming in. We have Maggie Kerr. We have Kara. We have LB. Welcome. We have the Way Up CEO. We have A.T. Holloway. Shout out to my friend all the way in Dallas, Texas. It is his birthday today. Shout out. Happy birthday, A.T. Holloway. Yes, happy birthday. Yes, I love when my friends, followers, supporters, and fans come in, support me, and continue to just push for the Jaime Dee Show. Y'all always know I'm going to continue to push for y'all back. Welcome. For those who are in their cars right now, who are listening to my live morning radio show, thank you. For those who are on the live streams right now, it's a pleasure to have you guys all in today. It's Tuesday. It is. I want to let you guys know, this week I have a few events going on. I do have my Turn Trivia Night at the Gold Coast Casino. That is the Gold Coast Casino, but I'm inside the TGI Fridays. So if you want to have a trivia night, come on out. It's every Wednesday from 7:30 until 9:30 p.m. Every Wednesday. It's the Turn Trivia Night that I host. It's on 4000 West Flamingo Road. 4000 West Flamingo Road. Again, 4000 West Flamingo Road. I have my Turn Trivia Nights at the TGI Fridays inside of the Gold Coast Casino. Then this Thursday, I will be doing my show live from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. Again, live from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa this Thursday, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Again, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. And we're giving away free facials. Make sure to come out. And then this Friday, I will be at the Drip Bar Las Vegas. The Drip Bar Las Vegas. And we're doing discounted drips. If you guys don't know what the drips are, that is that IV vitamin therapy pack that gets inserted into one of your blood veins. And you get all of those nutrients right into your body. When I tell y'all those nutrients are everything, I live by the Drip Bar Las Vegas. The Drip Bar Las Vegas is everything. We're doing discounted drips. Make sure to come out. I want you guys to experience it. 4579 West Flamingo Road. 4579 West Flamingo Road. So again, Wednesday, Turn Trivia Night at the TGI Fridays inside of the Gold Coast Casino. This Thursday, free facials at Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. I will be there. And this Friday, discounted drips at the Drip Bar Las Vegas. Y'all, they got me moving around this week. This is about to be a super busy week. For those who are just now tuning in, welcome. You guys are already going in the chat. I love that. I see you, Andrea. Hey, for the show rundown, we're going over the daily news. And then we're going to have a conversation on judging people based off of their occupation. Yes, judging people based off of their occupation. Now, you may be thinking, is that really a thing? It really is. It really is. And we're going to get into it. One occupation that I'm excited to talk about is strippers. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. Y'all, this is a live morning radio show. We get into some real things on the Jaime Dee Show. All right, let's get into some news. As written by Gay Magazine, the murder trial for the man who shot and killed a transgender woman in Dallas back in 2019 commenced a few days ago. 37-year-old Kendra Lyles pleaded guilty to murdering Malaysia Booker just before jury selection was about to get underway. He was sentenced to 48 years in prison for the murder. Booker's family didn't want to speak on camera, but in a statement, the family said, quote, "This sentence brings closure." In May 2019, Booker, a transgender woman, was found dead from a gunshot wound behind the Tension Park golf course in East Dallas. According to the arrest affidavit, Lyle's car matched the description of a car in which Booker was last seen. Cell phone records places Lyles at the crime scene, and it matched up with Booker's cell phone records after the murder. Her death came 1 month after she was involved in a public jumping after a minor car accident. The group hurled transphobic slurs and they seamlessly beat her. The video of the incident went viral on social media. Days later, 29-year-old Edward Thomas was charged for aggravated assault for the incident. May Malaysia Booker rest in peace. Now, if you guys don't know, there really is kind of like a hierarchy to how people are treated. We all know that Caucasian people are at the tip top, right? Then you have men, right? Well, you have Caucasian men. Then you have men. Then you have other groups of men, right? Then you may have gay white men. Then you may have women. But then as the thing gets, continues to go down, it's like white women first, then black women. There's a hierarchy to how people get treated, if you know what I'm saying, right? And as you get further and further and further down on the totem pole, you start seeing gay people, but then at the very bottom is trans people. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I know that trans people are the most targeted demographic in our current social climate. We see them all in politics. They're saying they're indoctrinating our children. They're saying that they are always in our schools teaching children how to be gay and trans, all this other dumb stuff, right? But what we also see is in history, we've seen women get beat on. We've seen women not have political access. We've seen women not have rights. Then we've seen gay people not have rights. And we've seen black people not have rights. All these different people who had to fight, who are still fighting for equality. They've got things over the years. But trans people have still been placed in those past times where they're still being beat on the streets. They're still being targeted. They're still being used for political propaganda. They're still being lied on. They still have incorrect representation in the media and more. And it sucks. And I'm not a trans person, and that is not my lifestyle. But I've always been the type of person who is like, I want to stand up for people who don't have a voice. I want to stand up for people who aren't seen how they really are in public. I want to stand up for people who are misrepresented in the media. And one thing I do know is that there's horrible people in all communities. There are sex workers in all communities. There are people who get surgery done to their bodies that make them look crazy in all communities. And there are people who confuse the heck out of the general public in all communities. So to say that one demographic is just horrible is crazy. And one thing that I do know is that trans people have it hard. They're not the only ones who have it hard, but they definitely are going through so many challenges. And it just sucks because as a black man, I can resonate with trans people because what I do know is being out in public, even just as my true authentic self, scares people. It offends people. It sends people into defense. And even though I may not be trans, I understand what it's like to walk in a space where your identity and your presence is a threat. And for all people out there, whether you're gay, bi, trans, white, black, Hispanic, we all have our own issues. And it's not fair. It's not right. And I'm sorry that people are going through different things. But remember, we are all human. We cannot get past strife. We cannot get past these horrible laws that are put into place to knock people down, to keep women from voting, to keep women suppressed, to keep trans people suppressed, to keep black people suppressed. If we continue to put each other in groups and not defend each other and not speak up for each other and not love each other, we're going to continue to keep seeing history repeat itself as long as we pick on the lesser group, as long as we place our traumas and our hurt and what was done to us in the past on other groups. There are people that I walk past in the street every day that I'm like, ew, or ugh. But I don't do anything about it. Keep it in my head and I keep it moving. You will not see Jaime Dee going out of his way to harm another person or to make another person feel bad based off of their presence, who they are and who they identify as. And guys, if you ever see that in the media, know I was drugged and that is not who I am. But no, seriously. So I just really want people out there to realize that whatever you do in the dark, whether that's you being gay, bi, into trans men or trans women, it's okay. Live your true self. But just know what you do in the dark will always come into light. So if you're out there paying for sex, if you're out there experimenting with trans people and you know that's going to make you look bad in your community, one, maybe you should not do it. Two, maybe you should just live in your truth. And three, remember that you're going to deal with that news regardless. So to take somebody's life because of that is horrible. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Just make sure you know what you're getting into and stop hurting people because you have a sexual urge that you can't control. Y'all, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more daily news.
When you look at some of the
there's a commercial playing behind the music that is currently playing. But we're going to have more daily news. And I want you guys to continue to stay on this radio show because we're also going to talk about judging people based off of their occupation. It's about strippers. We're going to talk about prostitutes, all that different stuff. But I want you guys to stick around because I want you all to text, to call, to comment. All right. This is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. I see you, Marion. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone, it's Shy from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. Shout out to Fab Five. Shout out to Maggie Kerr. Shout out to Charmaine. Shout out to Marion. Yes, welcome. LB, it's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here. I see that we have more viewers and we have commenters. I want to let you guys know you're more than welcome to comment on the live stream. Just sign into the YouTube using your Gmail account and I will acknowledge your comments. Also, I have to give this little shout out / shade to my friend Kara in Phoenix, Arizona. Kara, call into the radio show. Yep, I'm doing this live on air because Kara decided to DM me and was like, I really want to call in, but I'm afraid. Girl, if you don't stop being afraid, and this is for everybody else too, y'all better stop being afraid to call into my live morning radio show. Y'all are grown. Y'all better stop caring what people think about y'all voice. Y'all better stop caring what people have to think about your response or your opinion, y'all better do y'all and stand on y'all business. Let me tell y'all this. I've had some people call in and tell me I suck as a live morning radio personality, and they stood on their business. And you know what? I went right back in on them. Okay? This is a real live morning radio show. You can say what you want to say as long as it's appropriate, because again, this is real radio. But also, stand on your business. Y'all are grown. We can have these conversations. Y'all might hurt my feelings sometimes, but I'm going to keep going regardless of what y'all say. But no, I said it to say there are people out there who aren't stirred, okay? They're not scared at all, and neither should you. If haters can call into the show, motivators and great people like you, Kara, can call in and say how you feel on a topic we're talking about, okay? So if y'all don't call in, I'm gonna meet y'all outside. Hey, Pro 97, I see you. Bob, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here on this live morning radio show. Bob says your subject discussion is always interesting. I really appreciate that. Right now, we're going over some more daily news, and later in the show, we're gonna have a conversation on judging people based off of their occupation. Also, if you're looking at the live stream right now, I like this shirt. This is the first time I'm wearing this, but for some reason, the collar is just so flimsy. Why does it look like it's a piece of paper just bunched up? But okay, let's get into some more daily news. As written by Baller Alert, The Simpsons have revealed that Homer Simpson will no longer strangle his son Bart in future episodes, causing a divide amongst fans. According to TMZ, the change occurs in season 35, episode 3, titled McMansion and Wife. They've been out for 35 seasons. Wow. You know what? Let me see. Because was Simpsons out before I was even born? Let me see. Hold on. When did The Simpsons come out? The Simpsons came out 1989. Jeez. Wow, The Simpsons has been out for so long. No wonder they've won so many awards. Anyway, during the episode, Homer greets his new neighbors with a handshake saying, quote, "See, Marge, strangling the boy paid off," end quote. He said, quote, "Just kidding. I don't do that anymore. Times have changed," end quote. Fans of the show believe the scene was a signal from Disney, the current owner of The Simpsons, that the long-standing gag of Homer strangling Bart was being retired. This isn't the first time Homer has hinted at the change. In season 22, The Simpsons had previously considered Homer changing and not strangling Bart when Homer went to therapy to address their relationship. Now, y'all know the world is changing. People are easily offended. People are sensitive AF. And what people were getting away with back in 1980, 1990, and early 2000s is not acceptable anymore in the year of 2023 and beyond, because people are out here offended. People think everything is just bad imagery, and some things are bad imagery. People are saying that we are not representing what we want to see in the world through our media, which is completely true. But there are some things that are just funny. There are some things that are just like, it's satire. It's a cartoon. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry we have one cartoon where I'm gonna say it out loud because y'all gonna drag me anyway. Child abuse is funny. Come on, like, but that's what it is. They're probably stopping, and this is just speculation because it portrays child abuse, and child abuse is not good whatsoever. Hurting a child or hurting anybody who is defenseless is not good. Jaime Dee and the Jaime Dee show does not condone violence. And I get that. I totally do. But when we start removing everything, it's just like, oh, like, where's the jokes? Like, dark humor can't be a thing anymore. There's just some things that are just like, it's funny. Now, I will say this. I understand why people are pushing to get rid of dark humor. I do understand why people are pushing to get rid of certain imagery, because it does desensitize us in real life. I will say, when I'm on social media, sometimes when I see videos of people getting ran over, like, before I started seeing that a lot in social media and TV and movies, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's such a horrible sight. Now I'm kind of just like, dang, somebody got ran over. Sometimes it may look goofy and funny. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay. So I get it. Like, we are definitely being desensitized to a lot of different things, and it makes us less empathetic. It makes us less sympathetic, and it also makes us less aware of the things that are happening in our own communities. So I get it. But there's just some things where it's just like, Like, can it just stay the way it is? I know. It sounds like a contradiction. I know, but it's like if we change everything, oh my gosh, some things just like, oh come on, it's all in fun and games. I don't know. If y'all disagree with me, let me know in the comments. You guys are always more than welcome to comment. 702 comment or call in 702-221-7283. All right. As the education sector continues to use AI to its advantage, British boarding school Cottesmore has appointed an AI chatbot named Abigail Bailey as its new principal head teacher. While appointing a robot head teacher might sound dystopian, the exclusive school claims that the chat GPT-like technology isn't replacing current jobs and is instead being used to support the needs of Cottesmore's current headmaster, Tom Rogerson. But Abigail Bailey won't be the only chatbot joining Cottesmore's roster of staff. The school also appointed AI-powered chatbot Jaime Trainer as its head of artificial intelligence, with both tools even adorning their own AI-generated headshots. Now, I'm all for technology. I'm all for trying new things. I'm all for growth. But if you're saying that this AI chatbot is not going to replace jobs, is just being used as a resource and a tool to make people's jobs easier, why are y'all giving it roles? Why are y'all giving it headshots? Why are y'all putting it a part of your teachers and staff roster? Why are y'all putting it in the news? That's weird. Like, every year, people engage in new technology. They engage in new resources. And you don't hear them saying, yeah, our emotional support dog is our head of consulting. Like, huh? Just use the dang chatbot and keep it as a resource. Y'all out here naming it. Y'all giving it headshots. Y'all putting it in the dang yearbook. Y'all telling everybody this is the new principal. Like, what? Oh no, that's weird. And I don't care what nobody says. This shows that this is getting us ready for AI and robotics and technology to take over our jobs. Just like Fancy Fallon said, the bots are taking all of our jobs. I agree. It's getting scary out here, y'all. It's one thing to use as a resource. It's another thing to use it and give it a name and a role and a title. All right, before we go to break, I want to tell you guys about this news story as well. Because as reported by James M. Schaefer, Order Out Corridor moved closer to reality in downtown Las Vegas. Take a listen to what he had to say about this proposed law. We're getting it set up right now, but this is a proposed law. It's called Order Out Corridor. And what it's going to do is pretty much say if you get in trouble in downtown Las Vegas, you have to stay away from downtown Las Vegas for an entire year. Now, I want you guys to take a listen to this news report, and we're getting it ready because James M. Schaefer does a really, really good job of explaining how this proposed law may be closer to being a reality.
The ACLU disagreeing with the ordinance, saying that it could lead to a direct legal confrontation with the city, saying that the ordinance restricts civil liberties. And again, it's currently just proposed, but if it gets approved and you have any type of misdemeanor, you might not be able to go to Las Vegas if this new ordinance gets approved by the Las Vegas City Council. There's a proposal right now to implement the Order Out of the Corridor, which means people convicted of any misdemeanor will have to keep away from the downtown tourist corridor for up to a year. The ordinance would allow the Las Vegas Municipal Court judges to issue an order to keep persons convicted of a misdemeanor away from up to 32 blocks surrounding the Fremont Street experience, in addition to the area surrounding the Strat. This all in lieu of a jail sentence, but there could be exceptions to the rule. For example, if the person lives, works, or requires essential services in the corridor, they would be allowed in. However, they would need to carry a copy of the order. The ACLU disagreeing with the ordinance, saying that it could lead to a direct legal confrontation with the city, saying that the ordinance restricts civil liberties. And again, it's currently just proposed, but if it gets approved and you have any type of misdemeanor.
So my biggest issue with all of this is that we're hearing an echo. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But my biggest issue with all this is that to tell somebody that they are not allowed to come back to a certain part of the city because of a misdemeanor, because of a small crime, is ridiculous. This is a city that is based off of drugs. alcohol and sex. Y'all are out here pumping this lifestyle into people, and people are coming out here and taking advantage of it. Now, am I saying let people get away with things? No. What I can tell y'all is that the court system in Vegas is extremely flawed. It's extremely racist, and it is not placed for people like me to make mistakes. And I know a lot of people who are of different ethnic groups who will get in trouble, and this law will not even pertain to them, and they will give them a slap on the wrist. But there's people who look like me, who may be victims, who have to fight for their lives to be like they're not victims. They are victims, and the court won't even believe them. And they're still being proposed this type of, I would say, deal. Now, I agree with Fancy when she says, don't be acting a fool and you all good. I completely agree. But if you're trying to cut down on the crime here, do a better job of policing. Do a better job with laws. Do a better job with making sure people feel safe and protected in the spaces they want to go out in. And I could just tell you this, Vegas does not have that in order, because while there is a lack of police presence, the people who are in police here in Vegas shouldn't be. I'm gonna just say that out loud. I said what I said. There are a lot of great police officers out here, and I love them for what they do. I have a few friends who are police officers out here and a few frat brothers who are police officers out here, but they're small compared to the amount of many other police officers out here who are not doing their job in Las Vegas, Nevada. I said what I said. Y'all, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into this discussion of judging people based off of their occupation. Yes, judging people based off of their occupation. I want you guys to take a listen because I am live right now. And I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to call in. And I want you guys to have this discussion with me, all right? This is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Stick around. I will be right back.
Hello, everyone. It's Shy from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
From exhilarating natural wonders to enriching cultural moments and beyond, Illuminarium Las Vegas is the immersive entertainment venue at Area 15 with unique experiences like Wild, a safari experience, and Space, a journey to the moon and beyond. Open daily 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. with last admission at 7. Locals receive a 10% discount. Illuminarium, 3246 West Desert Inn Road. For more information, call 702-221-1200 or visit illuminarium.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, and live right now on Instagram at It's Jaime Dee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here on my live morning radio show. Hey, I love everybody who wants to come in, have a conversation, speak their truth. Hey, I see you right now, friend, and who's out here being about their business. What I mean by that is being okay with having a conversation and being either argued with or being agreed with, being disagreed with, being told they're wrong, and still being like, I'm going to continue to keep commenting or keep calling in because, again, I'm grown. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and I felt how I said it. And I say that because, you know, Fancy Fallon makes a very, very great point. She says racism is definitely a factor everywhere. And while she is right, and more right, one thing that I've noticed is that racism is a factor everywhere, but it is seen, felt, and heard more in certain places than others. There are certain cities out here that when it comes to racism, it's very covert. And there's other cities and other spaces where racism is extremely overt and people, child, they don't care. Okay? They don't care. You Love Bree says, period. That's Jay Stu says he agrees. And I'm going to just tell y'all, listen, Vegas is cool and all, but man, the overtness here is insane. But again, if you would disagree, you're more than welcome to argue with me. You're more than welcome to tell me wrong because I'm grown and I know what I feel. I know what I've experienced. And so I can only speak for myself. And that's one thing that I feel like people just don't remember is that we can all only speak for our own experiences because what you may go through, I may have never experienced, and vice versa. And that's totally fine. Doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make you a negative person, doesn't make you a weird person. It just makes you a person who has dealt with things that I personally have never dealt with. And it sucks. And if that was ever my situation, I will always say, hey, I'm sorry, sorry that your reality is not my reality. And if I actually care about you, I'm going to definitely be like, how can I help you? Fancy says, I'm from Kansas, so I know about it, especially the microaggressions. Ms. Dupar says, yes, like when it happens to another race, for example, a Jew, it's taken way more seriously. Hey, and look, they both have said their comments. That's great. There are going to be people out there who are going to disagree with them. There are going to be people out there who are going to agree with them. There are going to be people out there going to tell them racism doesn't exist and y'all need to get over it and stop bringing race up into everything. And that's fine. I say all this to say that the Jaime Dee Show is a place for open discussion. The Jaime Dee Show is a place for y'all to speak y'all truths because one thing I know for a fact, being in this industry for over 8 years, having a master's in broadcast journalism, is that we do not talk enough. And we also don't listen enough. The biggest thing that we don't do is listen enough. And that is why we're finding ourselves in places of turmoil, places of disgust, and places of history repeating itself because we're not learning from each other. We're not being open. Some people are afraid to stick up for themselves or stick up for other communities. And people aren't open to just sitting down and having a conversation without taking things personally, without getting emotional off the bat, and without seeing where people are coming from. And I feel as though that's how we're going to be able to move on. And that's how the Jaime Dee Show is going to continue to be successful, is if you guys continue to speak your truth and be open and honest about it, period. Listen, I had somebody tell me, and I'm not going to say no names, that they didn't know blackface was an issue. And I'm like, it's 2023. How did you not know painting your face black as a white person is offensive? But again, my thing is, I know that person is sweet as can be, the nicest person, and they're a little old. And in my head, I'm like, child, you should definitely know better. You old enough to know better. But again, I've never seen anything racist come out of their mouth or them do anything racist. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take this time to educate this person. And based off of their response and their conversation, that's going to tell me everything I need to know. Are they just covertly racist? Are they just hiding their racism? Or am I just their token black friend they're cool with? When we had that conversation, I realized, oh, you really just are uneducated. There's a lot of people who are uneducated out here in this world. And that is why we need to have these conversations. Sorry, I went off on a tangent because I just feel as though that there's a lot of people out here who just think like, talking, like literally just saying your opinion and leaving it at that is the only way to go. But there's also a lot of people out here who are just afraid to say their opinion. And I feel like we need to marry all those things together. Comment live, call in, speak your truth, but also be willing to listen and also be willing to be wrong when you're actually wrong. And just like Fancy Fallon said, common sense isn't so common. Now, let me let you guys know this. Remember, this Wednesday, I'm going to be at the TGI Fridays inside of the Gold Coast Casino doing my Turnt Trivia Night. I'm going to be back at the TGI Fridays inside of the Gold Coast Casino this Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. hosting my Turnt Trivia Night. That is Wednesday, November 8th. Put this in the calendar. Thursday, November 9th, I will be at Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa this Thursday, November 9th, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. And that's 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220, giving out free facials. And then this Friday, November 10th, I will be at the Drip Bar Las Vegas, 4579 West Flamingo Road, 4579 West Flamingo Road, giving you all discounts on products like drips. All right. So come out, support the Jaime Dee Show, get a free interview, have a good time, and get some free services or discounted services. All right. Now, I want to get into this topic. Mason actually just said something that constantly trips me up is that I will be around a lot of racist folks, but there is this weird thing where they say or imply that I'm not like the rest. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, when you're Mason, that's what happens when you're the token black friend. And mind you, Mason lives in Vegas. So, hey, we're going to have a conversation. I use this time to talk about the music is super loud, by the way. I use this time to talk about what's happening in this area. Come and support me, all right? We come back, we're going to have a conversation on judging people based off of their occupation. We're going to talk about strippers. We're going to talk about porn stars. We're going to talk about prostitutes, all that stuff. I want to get your guys' true opinion, which is why I took this segment to say, speak on it. All right. When we come back, we're going to get into this topic. Don't go anywhere. This is the Jaime Dee Show.
Hello, everyone. It's Shy from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
Hey listeners, get ready to be excited about traveling again. This is Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. You owe it to yourself to check out my all-new travel show called Unscaled, each and every Saturday at 2 p.m. right here on KSHP AM 1400 and the all-new 107.1 FM North Las Vegas. With each show, I'm going to be your guide to the latest travel and entertainment news in Las Vegas, across the country, and around the world. Discover new destinations, forgotten favorites, and exciting travel stories by joining me, the Full Metal Traveler, each Saturday at 2 p.m. on Unscaled right here on KSHP AM 1400 and the all-new 107.1 FM North Las Vegas.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJamie JaimeDeeshow, and currently live on Instagram right now at It's Jaime Dee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you guys were all receptive of that last segment where I'm just saying, speak on it. Be you. Let's talk about it because I want you guys to actually engage in this conversation. Judging people based off of their occupation. Yes, let's talk about it because this is how I feel. The way our world is set up in 2023 is strange AF to me. It feels like we're in this weird twilight zone. There are so many good things happening, but then simultaneously there are so many horrible things happening as well. And it's weird. It feels like we take 3 steps forward and then take 8 steps back. We think women, gay people, and other marginalized groups are getting rights because we see things are getting passed into law, and then boom, here comes all these people striking down the laws, getting rid of history books, saying these type of people are bad, saying these type of people are doctoring our children, all these things. But then again, they have some type of rights. It's weird. It's weird. And then we see these people striking down the laws. We see people changing the way things are done, reverting things back to how it was in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. It's legit crazy. So I grew up in the hood of Chicago, but I also grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. So I've seen and experienced many things in my coming of age years, right? I also have parents who have been pretty aggressive. I said aggressive, progressive, caring and loving individuals as I was being brought up from birth to about 18 years old, right? And I've also had parents during those years that instilled the thought process of treating people how you want to be treated. Now, I say had because my parents have grown much more, and thank God both my parents are still in my life. Thank God both my parents are alive. But as we know, parents are humans too, and they have to grow too. There's some thoughts they have that you're like, my parents think like that. Like, what the heck? That's why sometimes you are the bearer of breaking generational curses. But my parents also taught me the valuable lesson of minding your business, which seems to be a lesson a lot of y'all didn't pay attention to, probably forgot, or never were taught. And to me, that's crazy. Now, hear me out. I personally believe we are all judgmental to a point. I'm going to say it again. I personally believe that we are all judgmental to a point. I don't care what anybody says. We all judge. That's literally human nature. And while that is a gross trait to have, being judgmental, there are levels to people's judgment. There are people like me who judge in their head, sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously, and then either correct themselves and be like, hey, that was kind of messed up. Why would you think that? Or like, let's not do that. And then there's also people like me who have those judgmental thoughts in their head. And guess what? They stay in their head and they keep it moving and they mind their business. That's me. I'm human. I'm going to speak my truth. I am grown. I'm going to stand on my business. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And that's just me. Let me tell y'all something. It took me a while to grow up and be like, I am who I am. I'm still growing. I'm loving who I am. I'm loving on who I am. There's gonna be times where I'm gonna hate myself again, but I'm gonna get out of that funk and be like, you know what? I didn't make it this far to stop. So I'm gonna speak my truths. But there are also other people who are not like me who judge and use that judgment and try to harm people, try to change people, try to disrupt those people, and even try to restrict them law-wise. And to me, that's disgusting. If what the person is doing isn't hurting anybody, why are people so pressed? I just don't get it. I personally believe everybody has their vice. That's like going back to that transgender story that I had at the beginning of my show, who unfortunately lost their lives because there was a man who claimed that he was straight, who was going out messing with trans people. And if that's what you want to do, do it. Do it. But be ready to get caught. Be ready for your community, your friends, your peers, and everybody else to find out about it. But you should be standing on your business. If that's what you want, stand on it. If that's what you like, stand on it. If you want to go to a dang sex party, or let's say you just want to experience something, do it. Just like Fernando, a caller of my show and a supporter of my show, came on and said, we have one life to live. Live it. Experiment. Try it out. Who cares? If you're not hurting nobody else, yourself or dogs, who cares? Christina says, I support people trying to get by. If doing porn is the only way you could do it, well, do you, boo. And I agree. So often do we judge people off of dumb things. It makes no sense to me. There are some occupations out in the world. There are some people out in the world. And there are some type of actions that people do in the world that are very demeaning, very disgusting, very harmful, and very negative to our communities and our societies. And that I understand judging. That I understand trying to change. That I understand trying to step up and be like, hey, what you're doing is wrong and not beneficial to the greater community. But there are certain things where it's just like, I don't get it. And I want to talk about this because even people look at me. Oh, I'm not even sure if I can say this live on air, and I'm not with Mark, so I'm not going to say the word. But people look at me and they think, oh, you're in the media. You're a radio personality. You have all of this access. You get invited out to stuff. You were front row with Doja Cat. You did this and you do that. You must be, I don't know if I can say this word. What's the appropriate way to say this word? Look, I'm over here trying to chat Mark right now. Can I say this word? But you may be a very sexually frivolous person. I hope y'all can get what I'm trying to say with that word, because I don't know if I can say the other word on the air. And that's not true. People look at what I do and they think, oh, we know who you are. We're going to assume what type of person you are. We know what you do in your free time. We know how you respond in different spaces. And y'all don't know me. There are people who follow me on social media and they swear they know me based off of what I post. Hey, I see you, see Salam. She says, love you, friend. Love you right back. But there's people out there who swear they know you based off of your occupation. They swear they know you based off of what you post. And they just judge you. I was literally talking to somebody today and I was like, hey, I have a question about this city that I was interested in checking out. How is the social scene there? And they started going in on me like, if that's all you're looking for, and you should be trying to look at black churches and you should be trying to look at the cost of living. I'm sitting here just like, bro, whoa. All I did was ask you, how is the social scene? You don't know what research I did behind the scenes. You don't even know who I talked to beforehand. You just seemed like you knew how the social scene was, so I asked you. But you thought you knew what the person I was based off of my occupation because you watch my social media. And then because I asked you about the social scene, you thought I was a person I'm not. Okay, Mark gave me the green light. People think I'm a whore, and that is not true. Like, it is the weirdest thing to me. And even if I was, who cares? That's my life. That's my business. But that's not me. It's just crazy how people assume. And it's like, even for example, I have friends who strip. I have friends who do porn, who legit are some of the healthiest people I have met. They get tested regularly. They make sure they know their status. They're asking the people they get involved with about their status. And people just think, oh, because you're in this occupation, you are what I'm going to assume you are. And that's wild to me. That is, you don't ever know who a person is unless you ask them who they are. You'll never know what a person does unless you ask them what they do. You're never going to be able to truly say you know a person unless you get to know a person. So for those people who actually judge people based off their occupation, that's weird to me. Like, I had to get over that my dang self. I'm not perfect. I used to be one of those people who thought that people who did porn were all whores and didn't believe in monogamy and were sexually frivolous until I realized, first of all, I'm not going to be having sex with them anyway, so who cares? But two, what floats your boat don't float mine, and you probably make more money than me anyway, so why am I judging? Now, I want to play this audio for you guys because this girl said it really well. And she was on this podcast where they were trying to judge her for being a stripper and an OnlyFans content creator. And I want y'all to hear what her clapback was. Take a listen.
I make more than a doctor, and I capitalize off of men. You guys are my biggest fans, even if you're haters. I made over $400,000 last year, and it is all because of you. So you guys want to keep clowning on sex work? Keep it up, because if you guys just came together as a whole, as men, we wouldn't be in business. We are profiting off of you. Thank you. Keep subscribing to our OnlyFans. Keep talking shit about sex workers, because we are making so much more money, and I'm about to be out fucking $1 million this year. So keep it up.
So I was trying to change the settings so people who are listening on Instagram could hear the audio. I don't know why my computer just didn't even do what I wanted to do. But for those who may have not heard the audio, this OnlyFans creator says she makes more than doctors, which I know for a fact. There are people who do OnlyFans that I'm friends with who definitely make more than doctors. She says she makes her money off of the same people who judge her. She makes money off of the same people who try to make laws against her. And she's popping and popular because y'all are so negative about what she does. She literally says, keep talking about me. Keep putting my type of job description in the news. Keep making it seem like what I'm doing is so bad, because you make people interested to see what it is I'm actually doing. And that is so true. Dang, I'm sweating in this shirt. It's true. One, people are nosy. The more you continue to keep talking about things, people are going to want to look at it. And I'm one of them. I'm going to say this. Jaime Dee is nosy. Jaime Dee is going to search some stuff up on Google, okay? So yes. Hey, Mason says, hey, but I know exactly what kind of person you are, Jaime Dee. You're one of those really cool people that we're all trying to be. Aw, Mason, thank you. Thank you, Mason. Why my Siri just said you're welcome. Thank you, Mason. I really appreciate that. UC Salam says you are perfectly you, friend. I really appreciate that. Thank y'all. Oh, my pleasure, Fab Five. Happy birthday. But no, seriously, it's just crazy because people swear they know you based off of your occupation, based off of what you do, and it's crazy. Hey, Christina says, I hope my comment didn't trigger you. My comment was supposed to be sarcastic. Listen, you may have missed my last segment. Christina, say what you say and say how you feel. I'm grown. We're going to talk about it. You're not triggering me. We're just going to talk about it. But yes, this is pretty much the end of the Jaime Dee show. And I just want to say, y'all, stop judging people based off of what you see on social media. Some of the stuff be old. Some of the stuff be fake. Some of the stuff be made up, made to look like something. And stop judging people based off of their occupation. You don't know how people did certain things. You don't know what sacrifices people have to take to get where they are. You don't know who people are taking care of. And while you're the same person judging, you're that same person putting money into that person's pocket. I don't know why y'all don't believe, why y'all don't understand that. The more y'all are negative in social media, in the comments, and in media in general, the more money you are putting into people's pockets. I don't know why y'all don't understand it. Christina, you're fine, friend. I promise you, you're fine. Keep commenting. Y'all, keep commenting. All right, y'all, this is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. If you want to promote your business, products, or services, hit me up at info@jaimedee.com. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimedEeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jaimedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.